Welcome to the show, man, Donnell. Welcome back to Cleveland. It's been a long time, man.
I think last time I was here, LeBron was playing for another team, man.
Yeah.
Those were the angry days, man. Those were the angry days, and it's so funny because I went through the time. I've been coming here long enough. I went to when LeBron was here, and I went to this phase when he wasn't here, and the city was, I don't know, it felt like everybody was kicking cans around. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, but I would talk about it on stage, and people would be like upset, and they'd be like, you know what? It's not the. They would say this. It's not the fact that he left. It's how he left. And I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the fact that he had sex with my wife. It's how he did it. Yeah. Yo, he left his Tim's on. He had a skull cap on.
That's disrespectful.
Exactly. Well, however would have went, it would have been bad. But it's exciting, like, to watch him on TV and him coming back, and to be quite honest, he's got the city popping now. People excited. They got morale. It's good.
And not just Cleveland, but basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
I mean, the man's selling out. Folks coming to see him all across the country, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those people. You got superstars, like superstars at home, but he's like up at that level where, like, when Jordan used to go on the road. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Every arena was sold out. Right. But the only thing is, you wanted Jordan to hit like 60 points, but you still want him to lose. Right. You know what I mean? You wanted him to get busy and lose at the same time. You gotta lose. Right. But that's what he's saying. He's dope. I was in New Orleans for All-Star Weekend, and I was hanging out with Chappelle. We did a show with Chris Tucker and LeBron James and their crew at the Four Seasons. Yeah. And you know, there's certain people that, you know how people always like, yeah, he put his pants on just like I put my pants on, right? But they was on one table. I call it the big boy table. Yeah. Right? They was at the big boy table, and I was on the other side, right? Yeah, I was like, not until somebody invite me over, right? Right. And I'm telling you, I think he caught me staring at him 5 times. I didn't say nothing. I'm just going to be in the ashy corner and do it like this. He caught me staring at him 5 times. I think after the 3rd time, he was staring back at me, so we even.
So y'all even now. Yeah. Y'all good now.
Yeah, but when you go back to the barbershop, you blow the story up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, I was hanging out with LeBron, and then I don't even think they noticed me.
I didn't see it on your Instagram.
Huh?
The response would be, I didn't see it on your Instagram.
I know, I wouldn't have been able to get it. That would have been the worst thing, trying to get a selfie. Yeah. And he'd be like, if you don't get your ass on my face, man. But it was a dope experience, man. I've been having some good experiences lately. Yeah, that's what's up, man. And you mentioned Chappelle. Big ups to y'all. Tell them about the project you said you guys working on. No, we're on tour now. He's just got that new Netflix deal. Yeah. It's three Netflix specials and got $60 million for 3 of them. Yeah. And I'm telling you,
tell them don't quit. Tell them don't quit.
Nah, he ain't gonna quit on that. Okay. I think his bank account took a hit on that last one, son. That last one, that was a good one. Yeah. But you mean something to this business when you can walk away from $50 million and then like 10 or 11 years come back and get another $60 million. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And some people, it's like, like he lunched out. I don't think he lunched out. I just think he had it was a time where he wanted to get, more in touch with himself. Yeah. When people ask me as an entertainer, they say, Donnell, you think you want to ever have a meltdown or a nervous breakdown or like flip out? And I wanted to flip out last year, but I called my accountant and I asked him, can I afford to go crazy? He was like, nah. He was like, you can afford to run down the street naked, but all that crazy stuff, you better get your ass back a week in 3 weeks.
You need a couple of more shows.
Yeah. I'm not at that level. Some people can afford it. I can't. So I'm gonna stay out here and give the people what I think they want. That's funny.
Yeah. We took a hit though when y'all stopped. When y'all stopped the Chappelle show. I mean, we were. I mean, and I get it. We're pulling on you guys. Yeah. For the laughter, for the entertainment. But we took a hit.
It was, and it's like you only have certain shows. Like I'll say every 20 years, it's a show that's a breakaway show. Yeah. Like one of the shows, it's the Office Cooler Talk. You know what I'm saying? The Living Color was like that. Yeah. Def Comedy Jam was like that. Jam, right. One of them shows where the next day everybody was talking about it. Yeah. Not to discredit any of the other shows, but it's just every once in a while you have one of those iconic shows. Chappelle was one of those shows, but then like during the Chappelle's hiatus, I don't know if it's a hiatus because I don't know if it's going to ever come back, but you had some people that started to breathe. They got some good looks like Key and Peele, it's a tough situation to come behind a show like Chappelle's show in the same time slot. Yeah. But I think those guys did a good job of branding their style of comedy, and you see what they both doing away from the sketch show they did. Right. They bring in some funny stuff. Nobody like Jordan Peele, like for people that didn't know who he is. You know who he is now. with that Get Out movie, and those guys have been great writers, great performers for a long time. So every so often, you get something that's strong, and it goes away. But there's always going to be somebody in the rears that come up and try to do the same thing.
Now, I want to, speaking of Get Out, did you go see it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
And the reason why, because I used to have jungle fever for years. So, and everybody told me, I don't know where I caught jungle fever, son. I think it was Starbucks. The white chicks had me open, son. I'm being honest. Them lemon Lulu pants and them Ugg boots. Yeah. The yoga pants, and not a white chick I know do yoga, but they all got the yoga pants.
But now they telling you after the movie though.
Get out, and I don't know if I want to see. I mean, I'm in a different place in my life. Everybody go through the jungle fever period,
Yeah.
So I am gonna go see it. Being on the road, you get a lot of time. So I'm gonna go see it this weekend because I hear that it's a dope movie, and I hear that it sets the bar for comedic directors and writers. It makes you bring your A game.
Yeah, definitely.
You saw it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I want to go see it, but every time
I almost slipped up and said, "Let's go see it together." So that would have been a pause moment like hell.
Right.
Nah, I'm
cool down there, but
yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. Everybody's talking, and then to see someone take this is like a business move, a power move, boss move. When you $5 million to make the movie, and I think the ticket sales are up to like 45 or 50 million.
The buzz is incredible.
The buzz is incredible, and that was like, especially when you talk about black entertainers, that's how you get leverage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can be the entertainer in front of the camera all you want, and Method Man said it, like I heard him say it like 7 years ago. I'm tired of being a chump. I'm tired of being a chump in the front. I want to be the Mac in the back. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about getting leverage, when you start talking about making a change in entertainment, those are the type of moves you make, and that's when you start getting leverage and power in Hollywood.
Absolutely. I wanted to bring this up because when folk come, I always ask. We get all these reports as you see. We gonna talk about some stuff coming up on the show. What went down, man? Down in at the restaurant
in Philly?
Yeah.
Well, what went down? That was like
because we only saw a clip and they just.
What people saw was they saw me react to somebody disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging out late at night. I went to this little diner to get some food, and I ordered my food, and I went outside to have a cigarette. I told the lady I was having a cigarette, and she tried to accuse me of walking out on a $12 omelet and pancake tab. And what I wanted to look in her face and say, "I'm rich, bitch." You know what I'm saying? I wanted to say, "If you don't stop playing." Right? But this was I don't pull a race card. I don't pull it $12 unless it was $12. But this was a time when Donald Trump was at the beginning of his campaign, right? So he was putting the backpack on a lot of people. The most frustrating thing about the situation, I'm arguing with this lady in the festival, and on the other side, the entire crowd, everybody was like, "Get him out, lock him up, lock him up."
Wow.
And I know that contributed to like the nastiness that he provoked in the country. It's like I don't go around starting stuff, but I will finish it. You know what I'm saying? There was a guy who was a patron of the restaurant. He swung when he pushed me. I swung on him. Then I went outside. Then this dude, he's like 6'2". I wasn't really trying to swing on him. I was trying I was out here. I'm good. Where the breakup people gonna come? It was so messed up because he swung and he didn't hit me right. And I stepped
back. Your foot went up.
Go ahead. I know what you thought. You thought I got knocked the fuck out. Go ahead and edit it, son. I know you want to say you got knocked the fuck out, son. I did.
But you got up quick though.
I got up quick.
Yeah, you got up real quick.
But I didn't charge him after that. I was like, that joint could have knocked the situation out. But the thing about the irony of that situation was that same restaurant that has been a staple there for like 30 years, they're closing down. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't go at them. I didn't diss them. What I did was I did what any artist would do. I got in touch with what I do. I make people laugh. I'm funny. So I did a spoof of Drake's song called Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
I did a song called Food Bell Ring. I know when that food bell ring, it could only mean one thing. Ever since that brawl in Philly, So I took it.
That's what
I flipped it.
Yeah.
No resentment toward Philly, but in situation, if somebody does something to physically disrespect you, sticks and stones is one thing, but when you try to put your hands on somebody, you got to defend that.
But did you pay the $12?
Of course I. This is what I did. I was so mad over the $12.
Yeah.
When I came back in the restaurant, I had like about $80 on me, right?
Yeah.
The bill was only $12. I gave them the $12. I tipped them. They said I tipped them. I didn't really tip. I did it. You know how you mad at somebody? You want to throw the money? Right. I was like, bitch, you think I'm tripping off a $12?